Hi everyone, hope all is well, and thank you for tuning in as I do an updated 16 questions tag. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Hi everyone, and thank you for tuning in. So I know in the intro that I said that I would answer 16 questions, but I'm actually going to narrow it down to 10 questions about myself as a writer, and I'll be looking down at the questions. What made you want to be a writer? I wanted to be a writer because I enjoy expressing my creativity with words, and I have a way with words and expressing ideas in a meaningful way using humor, and that comes natural for me. When did you know you wanted to become a writer? I started writing back when I was in elementary school. I'd write stories and draw pictures and create captions for those pictures prior to starting my homework. And I've just always enjoyed the process of writing, learning about words, reading, and applying words to make meaning. How did you learn to write? So I have practiced writing based on things that I've read, and then I've worked in an environment where I wrote as a science writer. So I helped my team devise information so that a lay public could understand medical research. So I learned about science writing through reading science writing material and reading health information. And then when it comes to general writing, which I do, such as memoir and fiction, I again learned about that type of writing by reading that type of information and then reading books about grammar and usage and how to form meaningful writing, such as essay writing and narrative writing. I also took creative writing courses as well as general writing courses, such as creativity, ways of seeing, nature writing, and things of that nature. It says, what books or magazines do you read regularly? So I'll read any book with an interesting title. I'm really drawn to nonfiction these days and thinking about real life stories that exist for people and how people have gotten on their current journey. I also enjoy science writing. I like to read research information. So I read science journals and published research. Who are your favorite authors? So a few of my favorite authors are Cupcake Brown, poet Nikki Giovanni, Maya Angelou, and those are a few that I can think of right offhand. Where do you get your ideas from? When I'm writing from a nonfiction perspective, I'll write about my life, my family, and things that I'm experiencing. I'm also inspired by nature, so I might write about nature and being out and in public. And then when it comes to health writing and science writing, I'm inspired by being able to explain a challenging topic so that someone else can understand. So I like to read that type of writing to understand it. And then I like to try to mimic or imitate that writing to see if I can capture that science writing and health writing and that like research writing component. What is your favorite part of writing? My favorite part of writing is the multiple drafts. I appreciate writing something, letting it sit and revisiting it. So starting a piece and then maybe writing a few pages, letting it sit for a couple of days, and then revisiting the piece to see how I would want to restructure my ideas or what I would want to add or take away from the piece. It says, what is your favorite part of being a writer? My favorite part of being a writer is helping a story come to light, whether I was writing patient stories in my last job and helping patients share their stories, or whether writing for academic purposes and completing an assignment, or writing about my life and writing a personal story. Just helping ideas come to fruition and creating a piece that people can read and feel moved by. So my last book that I wrote is a humorous piece, and I didn't tell people that was my intent, but it was welcoming for people to tell me, oh, this was funny, I wanted more, I wanted to learn more, and I look forward to your next book. My least favorite part about writing is the editing process. I know that it's an important part of the writing process, but if I could write a piece and it's as close to final as possible, that would be welcoming. But realistically, a writing piece can be ongoing because you might write something and then think of new ideas, or you might want to restructure the piece. And the rethinking of new ideas or restructuring a piece is all based on the purpose of the writing. If it's for a professional environment, you have to think about what question are you answering, or if it's for personal reasons, you're thinking about what energy are you trying to put into the writing piece, and is that energy being conveyed and coming off well to your audience. And then the last question is, what is my least favorite part of being a writer? I would say my least favorite part of being a writer is the process that it takes to complete a piece, as well as having the final piece completed. Sometimes I want something done with immediacy, and then the process of having to complete the piece, if it's too long and drawn out, that can be a bit challenging. And then it's exciting and rewarding to get to that final piece in a place of completion. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.